वाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवी सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीम् उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठकी. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. We are celebrating Gita month. Gita Jayanti, Bhagavad Gita Jayanti is coming on December 3rd, which is the Mokshada Ekadashi day. So then this month we will read Bhagavad Gita, few shlokas every week. Bhagavad Gita is translated from English, Sanskrit to English by Srila Prabhupada, and is called Bhagavad Gita as it is, which is what we are following here. And Bhagavad Gita has been translated into many languages. Bhagavad Gita has been appreciated by many authors, many scientists, many philosophers. Bhagavad Gita has total 18 chapters. First 6 chapters, Lord Krishna teaches to Arjuna about Karma Yoga. Middle 6 chapters, Lord Krishna teaches Arjuna about Bhakti Yoga. And the last 6 chapters, Lord Krishna teaches Arjuna about Gnana Yoga. So what we are going to do today is we're going to read some shlokas from chapter number 12 of Bhagavad Gita. And in this chapter, Lord Krishna, title of this chapter is called as Bhakti Yoga itself. The whole chapter is Bhakti Yoga. But there are very interesting shlokas from shloka number 13 to 20, in which the qualities of a bhakta are mentioned. It's a very interesting chapter. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn some qualities of a devotee or bhakta. So if we really want to be very dear to Krishna, a very dear devotee of Krishna, then what are the qualities we need? हमारे में कौन से गुण होने चाहिए जिससे कि हम भगवान के प्रिय हो सके. क्योंकि भगवान के पास तो सब लोग आते हैं, लेकिन जो भगवान को प्रिय कौन है? तो राधा रानी है. तो ये क्या गुण हैं जो भगवान को प्रिय हमें बना सकते हैं? तो यहाँ पे भगवान अर्जुन को भगवद गीता के 12वें अध्याय में 13 नंबर श्लोका, वेरी नाइस श्लोका, यू कैन रिपीट आफ्टर मी. श्लोका नंबर 13 ऑफ चैप्टर नंबर 12. अद्वैष्ट अद्वैष्ट सर्वभूतानां अद्वैष्ट सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुणा एव च मैत्रः करुणा एव च निर्ममो निरहंकार निर्ममो निरहंकार समा दुख सुख क्षमी समा दुख सुख क्षमी. So we'll recite the whole shloka. You can repeat one line each after me. Advaishta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna eva cha nirmamo nirahankara sama dukkha sukha kshami. One more time. Advaishta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna eva cha nirmamo nirahankara sama dukkha sukha kshami. So in this shloka, Lord Krishna begins explaining to Arjuna about the qualities of devotee which make one dear to Krishna. So first one is, Lord Krishna is saying that one who is not envious but is kind friend to all the living entities, does not think himself as a proprietor. One who is free from false ego and equal in both happiness and distress at the same time is tolerant and forgiving. So these are some of the qualities. Advaishta, which means non-envious. Karuna, kind. Nirmamo, doesn't think as a proprietor. Nirahankara, which is no ego. Sama dukkha sukha kshami, equal in happiness and distress. And kshami, kshami is the sixth quality, which is tolerant or forgiving. So these are the six qualities Lord Krishna is mentioning here. So we're going to learn about each quality and see how we can imbibe those qualities. There are lots of qualities Lord Krishna is going to describe. I don't think we'll be able to do that in 30-40 minutes. So every time we'll learn few qualities, because it is qualities which described us as a devotee. So Advaishta, Advaishta means one who is not envious. So the question is that what is enviness? Huh? What is an enviness? How does one develop enviness? And how to overcome enviness, right? So we need to know, to become non-envious, we need to know first that there is enviness and what it is, right? To remove something, we need to know what it is, right? So what do you think? What is enviness? What is enviness?
When a friend, two friends are there, and one is in a higher position,
Mhm.
and another is in lower position, he
Mhm.
envious of.
Okay. So enviness means that you have something which other people doesn't have, right? So it is why him and not why me? Huh? Why he is not eligible, still he gets it, and why not me getting the thing what he has? So what is the basic consciousness behind the enviness? Irsha? Why it is there? The person has some sort of a low self-esteem. When there is an inferiority complex, then the person believes that, oh, he is not able, he is getting it and I am not getting it, right? So that is, they have some sort of an enviness. The example of enviness was Hiranyakashipu. People were paying respects to Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu, and Hiranyakashipu thinks that
Why not me?
why not me? जब कोई दूसरे को ज़्यादा मान सम्मान देने लगता है तो जिसको सम्मान नहीं मिलता है उसको लगता है कि इसको क्यों मिल रहा है, आई शुड गेट इट, राइट? When somebody is honored, then there is an enviness. When somebody gets a bigger achievement, or somebody has some more wealth or money or beauty or whatever it is, then the person who does not have gets enviness. So the idea is that they want to get what others have, right? Or they want to claim somebody else's proprietary as their own proprietary. Now, how do we develop this enviness? Do you have enviness? Do you have enviness?
I think yes. Everybody has. I was envious for me for a long time.
What is that?
Envious.
Huh?
I was envious of the manager in my account.
Yeah. Right.
I was in a low position
Oh.
for 20 years.
Oh yeah. So why I'm not promoted?
Yeah.
Right. Right. That's true actually. So the envy is a natural thing actually. Everybody has enviness. It is not that the children who are born, they also have enviness.
Yes.
If you have two daughters or two sons or one boy and one girl, then they have enviness with each other. That why he and not why not me, right? So enviness is a natural thing and it can be seen in the children also. Even enviness is seen in the great devotees of Lord. हाँ, भगवान के जो परम भक्त थे उनमें भी एनवीनेस दिखाई दिया है, जैसे कि एनवीनेस वाज देयर विथ इंद्र. Indra was envious, and when Lord Krishna stopped the worship of Indra, then Indra became envious and he started pouring torrential rain. Envy transformed into anger, and he sent a Samantaka cloud. There was another envious example from Ramayana when Kaikai became envious of Lord Ramachandra, right? So, in this way, we can see that the enviness is seen among everyone. Is that right?
Yes.
Irsha sab mein hai. There are some things like lust, anger, greed, envy, madness, illusion, which is there in everyone. Is that right? Now, is the envy good or bad?
Depends how we take it.
Okay, tell me about good enviness.
I mean, if it is ambitious, when we need to go, like, let's say in bhakti, right? I want to do more and more bhakti, right? And like, I mean, let's say if we come to the temple every day and like we will take chance of the bhaktis and everything, right? So that's good. But if the same enviness hurting something else, like which is not good.
Right. So enviness can be, it can be like a simple envy or bad envy. So benign enviness is just like you are feeling that you should have it, but there is no harm to others, right? But there is a malignant envy, which means that there is a thought of doing some harm to somebody. You really want to destroy that person, and that sort of enviness is not good. But everything begins with benign envy, actually. It starts with small and then it grows bigger, right? So, even though sometimes enviness can be, as you said, that, like, for example, you use the enviness to become a competitive and you work harder and it can be useful for your own personal self development, but still the enviness by itself is not a positive thing most of the time, right? What is the difference between enviness and jealousy? So jealousy is synonym to enviness, but jealousy is that there is it's over somebody's possession or relation, that somebody has some relationship and some possession and you want to take over. While enviness is just you don't want him to have that. So there is a negativity involved in the enviness also. So there is some sort of a harm also involved sometimes. So now, how do we become non-envious? Because Lord Krishna says that advaishta sarva bhutanam. So one who is not envious to any living entity is very dear to me, or one who is a. So how do you become non-envious? So yes.
I have a question. So, like, enviness is a natural in a people,
Mhm.
and sometimes it's malicious, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, how can we know, like, that this or this person is like envious and it may be harmful for me? Like, how
Okay.
how how can we protect ourselves?
Right. So that's a really good question. So in our communication or conversation with others, uh, we are never sure of intention of somebody else.
Exactly.
Okay, you never know what is the intention. Somebody might be appreciating you, but might be appreciating you in a way that he is envious, but he is appreciating you. So you never know, right?
Jealous.
So only thing which is clear in our communication with others is what is your intention, what is my intention when I'm talking to you, and what I understand what you are saying. But what I am saying to you and what is your understanding, I don't know.
Hmm.
And what is your intention, I don't know.
Hmm.
Right? So there are, in communication, only two things are always clear: what I want to say and what is my intention. That's it. I do not know what is your intention, what you are understanding. But as long as my intentions are clear, we should not worry about somebody else's intention. Now, in any relationship, when there is a conversation or some behavior, for example, there is a, like say, action and the response. You do something, and then I respond to your behavior, right? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. For example, if some little boy comes here, he runs all over, like say maybe 10, 12 years old boy, and he takes that prasadam plates and throws all the prasadam on the ground. It can happen, right? So now my body will act when somebody does something. There will be a reaction from my end. What sort of reaction I can have? I can become disturbed. I become really upset and angry at that person. Why? Because my mind starts thinking that this boy is very naughty, very mischievous, and he is a troublemaker.
Hmm.
And with that thought, I do action because that thought promotes the action.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Now the same behavior happens. Hare Krishna. Same thing. A child runs, throws the plate,
Hmm.
but now the thought which comes in my mind is that, oh, just a little boy. Children are always going to make some mischief.
Yeah.
So what will be my behavior? Very mild behavior,
Very mild.
right? So it is the story which I make from that behavior dictates my reaction to it. You understand?
Hmm.
So suppose somebody does something bad to you, or not bad or good, you just see somebody's behavior, right? Somebody behaves something, maybe good or bad.
Right.
But then what story are you making out of it? In your mind dictates your behavior towards it. For example, say Mataji is here from Toronto, right? And she needs something today, and then she needs something tomorrow, and then tomorrow, and then I start making a story in my mind. What is the story my mind is making? There are two ways I can make a story. One story I can make in my mind is, oh, this Mataji is very demanding. She's always needs something, right? And then my behavior will be how?
In wrong direction.
My behavior will not be sober.
Yes.
I will not be kind or compassionate. But another story I can make mind is that, oh, this Mataji has come all the way from Toronto. She's trying to find a job and trying to settle down, and she doesn't know. So then what will be my behavior?
It's
Very
not
kind and
very
helpful.
kind.
Is that right? So it depends upon what sort of story you make in your mind after somebody's behavior. Why? Because I do not know your intention,
Hmm.
but I know my intention.
Okay.
You understand this?
Yes, yes. So to protect ourselves, our intention should be good.
As long as my intentions are good, my story will be clear.
And what
For
if?
example, first example, you invite me to your house for a lunch,
Okay.
okay, and then I come to your house,
Hmm.
and then your door is locked. हाँ, आप लोग निकल गए घर से बाहर.
Hmm.
You invite me to your house and your house is locked. How is that? Your intentions are not good. There is one story that you
Yeah.
wanted to humiliate me.
Yeah.
But that is another story comes in my mind.
Right.
Oh, maybe there is some emergency.
Right.
So both behaviors are different.
Yes.
You understand this?
Yes, yes, I understand.
So our behaviors are dictated by what intention we have in our life. Right? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You get this point?
Yes, I get this point.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in our life, even though you might meet somebody who is not kind to you,
Hmm.
you may feel like that,
Yes. Yeah.
but that may not be the fact.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
You may feel that that person is envious to you,
Yeah.
but that is the story you are making out of it.
Yes, exactly.
It's not that his personal intention, you never know. May or may not be.
Yeah.
But you cannot figure out somebody else's intention. You understand?
Yes.
So, as long as your thoughts are clear, then the reactions are good. And that is how you stop the cycle of enviness. You
Right.
understand this?
Yes, yes, I understand.
It's a very subtle thing. There was a story of a doctor, a surgeon who was an orthopedic surgeon, and he had a hospital, and one patient, young patient, got a accident, and they brought this patient into the hospital. And when patient was brought into the hospital, the doctor was not there, and the patient was really serious. The young patient, like maybe 20s or so. And when the doctor was not there, the on-call, like local junior doctors, they tried to treat him, put him in the ICU, and he needed immediate surgery. So the doctor, who is the main head, was called upon. He came, operated, and left immediately. Didn't talk to the family. So what did family make a story out of it? You see, you can make the story, any story, depending upon the behavior of a debate. Your mind is so tricky that mind starts making stories, right? And then those stories dictate your behavior. The scenario might be entirely different, but the story what your mind makes is amazing, really amazing.
Yes, yes.
And that is what spoils the relations.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
So this doctor came, operated, and left, and didn't talk to the family. So what is the family making the story in their mind? That this doctor is too arrogant. He doesn't want to talk to us. He is not kind. He is not nice, right? So this is the story they started. So what is their behavior now?
Yeah.
So what is their behavior now? Very angry behavior with the doctor. Why? Because the story what you made out of that person's behavior was negative story. So your reaction will be
Like
negative,
negative, yes.
right?
Yes.
But what was the reality?
Reality, maybe he has something emergency.
Something
at
else
other place.
emergency, right?
Yeah.
So now, suppose you have a different story now. Oh, doctor came, operated, and he went to save another life. Such a nice doctor. So what is your reaction now?
He's so kind.
So your reaction will be very kind and simple. Is that right?
Yes.
So your reaction to any behavior or any circumstances will depend upon what story your mind is making out of that particular scene. You understand this?
Yes.
So when we are having enviness, then we will start finding enviness in others, because my thought is making that story. You understand this?
Yes. Yes. I understand.
So we have to be clear in our thoughts, and our intentions has to be cleaner. No matter what is the intention of other person, I don't mind, but my intentions are
Good.
good. So then that is what the whole essence of the life is about, right? Relationship all depends upon how you interpret other people. If you interpret the way you are thinking, and that is what it is. If you have interpretation nice about somebody, then your reaction will be good. Right?
So my question is, how should we train our mind to like uh, like to make our intention always like in positive way?
Yes, so always, like do not, as I said, that in our conversation with others, we do not know others' intention. Like when I'm talking to you, you are asking me the question.
Yes.
I do not know what is your intention. Okay, I'm just making. But my intention is that yes, he is very curious and he wants to know. Somebody might be asking questions and may want to know more, or somebody asking question maybe want to criticize, right? There are different ways you can behave. So what you think in your mind dictates your behavior. If I think that you are asking question just because to put me in trouble, then I will be angry or I will be upset, because this is how I interpret it.
Right.
But if my interpretation is that Santosh Prabhu is very sincere, he wants to grow in bhakti, and I want to help him. You understand this?
Yes, sir.
So the way you interpret, it is your intention are clear, then there is no enviness. Enviness starts from you. It doesn't start anywhere else.
Right.
You understand? All the negativity starts from us. It doesn't start from somebody else.
But
So as long as we are clear, the negativity is gone actually.
anyways, does it come in the Krishna conscious
What is
mind?
that?
Krishna conscious mind. If he is the person is Krishna conscious, but he's also envious.
See,
So how he
enviness, we do not want to judge others. That is what I'm trying to say. Who are we to judge others? How can I enter in your mind and know that you are envious or angry? I am not, I am no one. If I try to do that, I will be wrong. Because I will be judging you according to my intentions. If my intentions are malicious, then I will think that you are malicious. But if my intentions are clear, then I would have no negativity against you. Right? Because your behaviors are dictated by how you think about others. If I think that, okay, Prabhuji is very sincere, very nice, then my behavior will be different. So we have to be very careful when we interpret others' behaviors. Like say somebody you invite and then they talk something which you don't like. But maybe they are talking as a jokingly, but you don't know their
what
intention.
is the meaning?
So you start interpreting something and then you
What is
behave.
the meaning in Hindi and what?
Envious is Irsha.
Irsha.
Irsha, Ahankar is different.
Irsha.
Yes. So enviness and pride, these are two goes together. When you are proud, then you are envious. Because when you are too much proud of yourself, these are the like two sides of the same coin. People who are too much proud of their achievements or their things, they have enviness there also.
Right.
So how can you remove enviness? Yes.
Sorry, one question. Um, it's very true what you say, but it just sometimes there's a situation when people really don't have good intention and they want to take advantage. For example, someone invites them home because like they think I assume they're a nice person, and then they come to my home and, for example, steal something.
Yeah.
So how do you recommend to keep balance and be like in good intention and good view of other people, but at the same time don't let people take advantage?
Yes, yes. So antidote for enviness, antidote is that suppose you have some problem and you give the medicine for that problem. So like say you have infection and the antidote is antibiotics. So similarly, if you see the enviness, clear-cut enviness, that somebody is doing really harm to you, then the antidote is compassion. That if you try to be envy, then the cycle continues. So you become compassionate and you tell that, okay, this person is out of his mind, but I'm not going to argue with him. And he does not know what he is doing. He is drinking the poison, but I do not want to drink the poison. And I will just get out of that place. Leave that person on his own karma. Who am I to punish him? It is Krishna who is going to punish him. I am not the final judge. Krishna is the final judge. I am no one to decide anybody's future. I am no one to take a revenge upon anybody. If he is envious and if you see that person is doing harm to you, you just pray to Krishna and leave from that place. Compassion is the antidote of enviness. Enviness has no answer. And again, if my intentions are clear, I will not have any envy to the person who is envious to me. Because my intentions are that, okay, it might be just a misunderstanding. And I will try to leave it at that point. And again, if you see that some harm happening, yes, of course, compassion is the right way to go for that.
If we kind-hearted person is thinks about others in the heart and we are envying our that other person, can he be kind with his heart?
Yeah, like, as I said, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I don't think we will finish the shloka if we go this speed. So we are just on the first line, enviness, but it's really okay. Next one is uh, okay. One thing is this is from my understanding with Srila Prabhupada's purport that more we associate with materialistic people, our enviness goes up and up and up. But more we associate with devotees, then our enviness remains controlled. Devotees are always kind and compassionate. That is why we need to have association of devotees, like that. So the next part of the shloka, Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna, here is Advaishta Sarva Bhutanam Maitra Karuna Evacha. Huh? What is that? Maitra and Karuna. Maitra means friendly and Karuna means kindly, right? So devotees of Lord are very friendly and kind to others. So first is they are not envious, right? And we talked about enviness in detail, right? So enviness is there everywhere. It is there within me also. But what is the antidote for enviness? Is compassion, and you become compassionate to yourself, compassionate to others, and be. Huh? The next one is Maitra and Karuna. Actually, Karuna and Maitriness friendship goes together. When you are kind, then only you are friendly. When you are envious, you cannot be friendly. You understand this? So, result of kindness is friendliness. When you see somebody very friendly with you, uh, there is possibility that there is a kindness. So, what is kindness?
Uh,
What is kindness, Bhavya? What do you think about kindness? This is a very important quality. Actually, the whole world can survive on kindness. What do you think about kindness, Bhavya?
To be soft and polite.
Polite? To be nicer? Yeah? Okay, anybody else wants to say what is kindness? What is the difference between to be nice and to be kind?
Please someone.
What is the difference between to be nice and to be kind?
Please someone.
kind is a gentleness. Means, let's say, like I'll give my example.
Uh-huh.
Let's say if I'm working in hospital and
Uh-huh.
some patient has a problem, right?
Uh-huh.
And if they're unable to speak even after, like, speaking with them,
Uh-huh.
I should have to become a kind and be gentle.
And so, would you be like, say, should I call you as a nice person or as a kind person?
Kind.
Sheetal Ben?
I think to be nice could be like with a different intention,
Uh-huh.
and to be kind could be not could be. It could be with the heart, like from the heart.
That's true. That's a real difference. Yes. You can be nice by the words, but your heart is not giving. But when you are kind, your heart is giving. So, how would you like to call nice or kind?
Kind.
Kind. Your kindness goes higher than the nicer. You give a smile is nice, but you give some appreciation of words, appreciate somebody, that's a really kindness.
Please
Right?
someone.
Or you give somebody a donation, or you help something out of the way, that is kindness. Kindness goes a long way, they say. How does kindness go a long way? Have you heard this? Kindness goes long way.
Yeah, because there is no like malintention, and we don't want anything when we act through the heart.
So, kindness is a chain reaction. If I am kind to you and you see that there is something good has happened because of somebody's kindness, what do? You try to give kindness to somebody else, and that person will get kindness. So that is how kindness goes long way, and that is why kindness is equal to love actually. There is actually no difference between kindness and love. When you are very very loving, then you are very very kind also, because then you want to give. Right? So, the quality of being very generous, friendly, very considerate actually, right? And so, as we talked about kindness and niceness, difference, right? Uh, this is just a reflection in our life. Uh, when you think of what kindness means to you, what actions comes to your mind, right? What actions would you take if you want to demonstrate your kind behavior? Say you want to develop your kindness. What sort of actions would you do?
Sorry, please.
That is a nice thing, yeah.
Like your work.
What is the kindness? What is the behavior you will develop so that you will become kinder person? Because would you like to be kind? Yes. Would you like to be kind? Why would you like to be kind?
Because it's like the one thing said, it's a long kindness is long way. There is no eneminess into the kindness.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. Because kindness will take me closer to Krishna.
Yes.
Krishna says, Advaishta Sarva Bhutanam Maitra Karuna Evacha. So if I have this quality, if I want to be dear to Krishna, then I have to be non-envious, I have to be friendly, and I have to be kind.
Yes.
So what is kindness? Now we talked about enviness, we talked about friendliness. What is kindness? How do I develop kindness in my life?
Kindness means
Yes, Mataji.
It's like what comes to my mind is like to be sensitive to what other people
Very sensitive to what people feel. Yeah, so emotions, yeah. So how, if somebody is feeling bad, I will be kind and compassionate, and yes, that is true. So my actions is to know, yeah, that is one action you can take. What other actions you can take so that your kind behavior becomes more kinder? What will you do in your life so that you become kind?
like anger management. Like there shouldn't be any and like when we act without having anger.
Yeah. So, if you really want to develop kindness, then start giving attitude. You see, more you hold, the kindness will not come. Give time, give some resources you have. If you have some food extra, give the extra food. If you have some extra money, give some extra money to others. If you have some extra knowledge, give it to others. Kindness is equal to giving, actually. More you hold, you are not kind. And everybody has something extra to give. It is not that we don't have anything extra.
Son attached to his mother, father, is very, what do you say, very worried about by being kind and kindness or something when he's not in proper rhythm. But afterwards, when they are out of attachment, he feels about the kindness they have.
Yeah, so kindness is all about giving,
Yeah.
right? Kindness. So if you want to what actions would you take? So be kind and gracious when somebody makes a mistake, right? Everybody makes a mistake, right, in your life. So when our behavior with others, if somebody makes a mistake, what do?
Like
You become kind
become
because nobody is perfect, right? In our relationship, if somebody makes a mistake, even husband, wife, friend, family, we become angry. It's kindness is just to accept the reality that is nobody is perfect. If somebody makes a mistake, you become kind to yourself also. If you make a mistake, you become kind. Okay. The second thing of kindness is the volunteering. Try to help others. That is the way. Somehow or other, we don't want to help others because we are too busy with ourselves. How can you help others?
by giving our precious time for
You can give time to somebody else, yeah, or
can help like like whatever like they need
you
like
can, yeah, give little. Somebody needs help, ride, whatever it is. Little things count. Life. We want to do big things, but yeah, little things also count. Like just calling somebody and say, "Do you need help, Prabhuji? Sunday is coming. Sunday temple program is there. Do you ever need help? Can I come and help you?" Once a year, a call like that. If I call you once a year and say, "Prabhuji, do you need any help? Just give me a call. I'm here." Even that word itself is kindness. Is that right?
yes.
If you call your some old friend from India and you just call him once a year even and say, "How are you doing? Do you need any help? I'm here to help. I'm making little extra money. I can send you some money, something if you need." Giving away little bit is very important,
Maybe
right?
you want to get educated from friends.
Giving compliments to someone. Prabhuji, thank you for coming on time today for the Sunday program. Really nice. Thank you so much. That's compliments are also really nice, right? Donate, huh? And like say a simple thing like holding door for someone. Is that an act of kindness?
Yes.
Yeah, like we do that kindness. So that this small things, as I said, that really counts a lot in the life. If you really want to be successful in your life, focus on the small things. People want to focus on the big things, but no, big things don't count. The small things make saying thank you, appreciating others, all those things are acts of kindness, right? So let's do one more reflection. What was the last act of kindness you received and how did it make you feel? Did you ever, maybe backbenchers can contribute, what any one act of kindness you received in your life in last week or last few days?
Just few minutes ago, somebody opened the door for me.
Ah, Shivani. Well, that's a nice act of kindness. To hold the door in the winter is not easy when outside is -10. So that's appreciated actually. So yeah, small acts of kindness like your wife cooks for you. It's a kindness, appreciating, So a devotee is of Krishna is friendly and kindly to everyone because the devotee has no enemy actually. Devotees, that is why Krishna consciousness is all encompassing. अगर आप भगवान कृष्ण कॉन्शियस भगवान की भगवत गीता फॉलो करते हैं तो आप में सभी गुण अपने आप ही आते जाते हैं. यू डोंट हैव टू ट्राई सेपरेटली. You see, Krishna consciousness, when you spread Krishna consciousness, what you are doing? You're being kind, you're being non-envious, you're being generous, you're being friendly. All these qualities you don't have to separately develop. Is that right?
Yeah.
It comes automatically, naturally. You don't have to try. You go out of the way and help others. How? You try to give Bhagavad Gita. See, this month of December is Bhagavad Gita.
Preaching is
If you really want to give some kindness, take one Bhagavad Gita and give to one Gita at least in a year. Just $20. But one gift of Gita to someone can change his life. That's an act of kindness.
also is teaching is growing and further
Huh?
is improving in speech.
So act of kindness is very, very important. There is a picture of Jesus Christ here. Jesus Christ was a very kind person. How? He gave away his life for the spread of message of Godhead. So this is the act of kindness. Jesus was very friendly. He was not envious. He was even compassionate to the people who put him trouble. Right? And similar example of Srila Prabhupada. Also, Prabhupada's example life is also full of kindness actually. Prabhupada came and gave and gave and gave. Everything was giving. So more you give, more you become friendly and kindness. So karuna or kindness. A devotee treats every living entity with kindness. So Vrisha, come here. How are you? Have a seat. So a devotee is very kind to everyone. He treats everybody equally. So if insect, animal, birds, reptiles, everybody equally. Why so? Why does a devotee is kind to everyone? You want to say something?
Because devotee doesn't have any enemies.
Yes, very nice, very nice. Devotee does not have enemies. Why devotee does not have any enemies?
Because devotee has all like he's non-envious
Why he is not envious?
because he has all like qualities like friendly and
Why does he have all the qualities?
because he is doing whatever the
Nidhi?
Krishna likes.
Ni-
Because he believes in Krishna.
You're very close. You're very
He
close.
sees Krishna in everyone.
That's the answer. That's the answer. A devotee is very kind and compassionate and non-envious because he sees Krishna everywhere, right? So he is not envious. Suradhaya sarva bhutanam hrideshya arduna tishtati. So Lord Krishna is there in everyone. Krishna is in her heart. Krishna is in her heart. Krishna is in your heart. Even every animals and birds. That's why we don't kill others. Why? Because we see Krishna everywhere, right? So the next quality is Advaishta Sarva Bhutanam Maitra Karuna Evacha. We talked about how many qualities we talked about just now?
Kindly
First one we talked is
advaita.
enviness. Very good.
Yeah,
Advaishta is very good.
Yeah.
Sarva Bhutanam Maitra and Karuna.
Karuna.
So next one is Nirmamo. Nirmamo Nirahankara. So let's see Nirmamo. Nirmamo means without any sense of proprietorship. So what do you mean by proprietorship? Anybody wants to say? Understand the word proprietorship? Nirmama. Mama means me. That is called mamatva. Me, mine, mera, main. This is me. This is mama. So, what is proprietorship?
Nothing is mine.
No, what is proprietorship means? What does proprietorship means? A businessman, anybody? This is sole proprietorship business. What is that?
Sense of ownership.
Aha, very nice. Ownership, right? And a devotee is nirmamo. He is not. He does not have any proprietorship. What does that mean? What does it? What does that mean, Prabhuji?
He doesn't. He thinks he doesn't own anything. He's not attached to
Yes,
what he does.
very nice. So a devotee does not think that he is the owner. Can you elaborate a little bit more?
He is Saranagati to Krishna, the Guru.
Can you go a little deeper now?
Krishna.
So he is correct. Nirmamo means devotee thinks that he is not the owner. Okay, so we go one step deeper now. Okay, so what does that mean?
Everything belongs to Krishna.
Yes, yes, that is good. That is good. Everything belongs to Krishna. I am not the owner. So where does it begin first? It begins with that I am not the owner of this sharira. This body is not mine. First thing we start is with this body. And then everything connected with the body. Is it that? That's how the ownership starts actually. I think that this is my sharira. Is it your body? Your body is gifted to you by your parents, and your parents' body was gifted by their parents and their parents. And if you go like that, who is the owner of all the bodies? Krishna is the owner of the body, right? So, is this your body? But we say this is my body. So, that is nirmama. We talked about nirmama also then about my house, my family, my property. But it first begins with my body. Because we do not want to give our body to Krishna. That is the main thing. If we want to give our body to Krishna, then we will get up early in the morning, chant Hare Krishna mantra, do read Bhagavad Gita, but we want to sleep, right? We want to sleep because we think that I am this body, I want to relax. But this is not my body, right? Say you work in the hospital. Can you say hospital is yours? You're just working there, but you can't say this is my hospital because that is not yours. Similarly, the body is given to you by Krishna, and you are claiming that this is your body. This is not your body. You see, there is a good news and the bad news. You want to hear the good news or the bad news first?
Good news.
Good news. The good news is that we all are living today. We all are alive. Now, do you want to hear the bad news? The bad news is that we don't know how long. You understand it?
Yeah.
So, this body is given to us. If it is my own, then I have no problem. But this is not mine. Right? So, nirmamo means that I am not the owner. This is not mine. I am the servant of the Krishna, and this does not belong to me at all. Who am I to claim the credits? We say these are my child, right? But do you really think this is your child? If so, then you can create more children. But no, it is gift of Krishna. Krishna gave her intelligence, Krishna gave her the body. Can you create all these things in a laboratory? You can't create anything. So whatever we are saying is that nirmama means that a devotee perfectly knows that everything belongs to Krishna. So this is called as awareness or self-awareness. If you are not aware of your environment, then you will make mistakes. Right? So nirmamaha means that no sense of proprietorship. Right? So advaishta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmama, and the next one is nirahankara. This is the next quality. So let's talk about ahankar. What is ego? Do you know what is ego? No, really? Okay, let's teach ego to our little Risha. Who wants to teach ego to Risha? Everybody knows about ego? Yeah, who wants to tell her about ego? What is ego, Prabhu?
Ego is we believe that this is something belongs to me and I have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have created this, or I have purchased this car, or like I have, this much money. That
Mhm.
is called ego, but
Okay.
technically it's not like
Ego.
done by us. It's everything because of the Krishna, because
Uh-huh.
Krishna give us energy and everything. So that's why we are able to do.
So ego basically is a Latin word. Ego is a Latin word for I. You understand Latin language? Is a language which is the root language for the English. So English language is derived from Latin. So Latin word I is called as ego. English we call I. In Latin is called ego. So that is ego. So ego good or bad? Is I good or bad? Generally, ego is considered as a negative emotion or negative word. There are some quotes here. The simplest definition of ego is that it destroys everything on its path. This is some of the things. And then another thing is that the ego is just a small three-letter word which can destroy a big 12-letter word called as relationship. Is it right or wrong?
That's right.
Why ego so bad? Because it swells like a balloon. It keeps on bursting. But actually, not all egos are bad actually. So we don't know what ego is actually. So there are two types of ego. As I said, one ego is a false ego, and it says, okay, guys, I'm the in charge, and anything you want has to go through me. I'm the boss. So that is one ego, which is called as the false ego. False ego is that you think that you are this body. That is where the false ego starts. And the true ego is that I am not this body, but this body belongs to Krishna and I am a spirit soul. That is the true ego. So, ego is to know your identity. And there are two ways to know your identity, one is true and one is false. When you start thinking that you are this body, that is a false identity. For example, a madman, he stands in the square intersection and starts saying, I'm Prime Minister of Canada. He's crazy because he's not the Prime Minister of Canada. We know it, right? Similarly, I know that I'm not this body. This body does not belong to me. My body is dying every second, actually. I cannot stop it. But still, I think that this is my body. When this body is going to leave you, we don't know when.
Not happy with it.
But still, you think this is my body. I am the body. I am the body. I am the body. So, this is called as false ego, right? So, as long as you have true ego, then it's good actually. So, true ego is that understanding that I am a spirit soul, this body is very temporary, and anything associated with this body is also temporary. This book is mine today, but it may be yours tomorrow, right? So, nothing belongs to us, that is a true ego, right? And then the next one is Advaishta Sarva Bhutanam Maitra Karuna Evacha Nirmamo Nirahankara Sama Dukha Sukha Kshami. So next one is equal in happiness. Sama Dukha Sukha. Equal in both happiness and distress. So how can we become equal in happiness and distress? So it is very difficult actually. It is not an easy to be a neutral in both the situation. If you lose your near and dear ones, obviously we get distress, right? It's a natural thing. But as our bhakti advances in Krishna consciousness and more we become dependent on Krishna, there are so many things which are beyond our control. Can you tell one thing which is not in your control? One thing only.
Like birth and death.
Okay, in day to day life, which is one thing which is not in your control?
Go beyond the that and go previously in time.
Okay, weather is beyond your control, right? Weather is beyond your control. Prabhuji says birth and death is beyond your control. What is else is beyond your control? What you cannot control in your life? Other people. Yes, I cannot control you. That's really true actually. What else you cannot control? Can you control sunrise, sunset? You cannot control. Right? Can you control anything, like Prabhuji said, weather? Can you control anger? Right? So many things in our life we cannot control. So then what do you do in this situation? When you cannot control something, what do? You accept it. Right? Acceptance is very important. Otherwise, if you do not accept that, then you become distressed. So a devotee accepts so many things which are beyond control. And that is why he is equal in happiness and distress. Because the bad things does not happen by planning. Is that right? Do you plan for bad things? No. It just happens in our life. So devotee knows that, okay, whatever Krishna wants, Rakhi Krishna Mare Krishna Rakhi Ken. I will do my best, leave the rest to Krishna. Whatever Krishna wants will happen, right? I am here to give my best. So that is the advanced stage. As you further progress, rakshashiti vishwaso, भगवान में जितना हमारा विश्वास बढ़ते जाएगा तो फिर हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी जीवन में. नहीं तो फिर सुख आएगा तो भी ब्लड प्रेशर ऊंचा और दुख आएगा तो भी ब्लड प्रेशर ऊंचा. So it doesn't make a sense, right? So that is why I said Krishna consciousness is all encompassing. It's like a one package deal. अगर आप भगवान कृष्ण की भक्ति में लग गए तो आप में एनवीनेस भी चला जाएगा, मैत्री भी आएगी, करुणा भी आएगी, निर्मम भी हो जाएगा, निरहंकार भी हो जाएगा. सुख दुख में भी आप भगवान को ही याद करेंगे और किसको याद करेंगे, है ना? और फिर आपकी भक्ति और बढ़ती जाएगी. यू विल बी मोर फिक्स्ड इन योर भक्ति. एंड द लास्ट वन इज क्षमी. सुख सम दुख सुख क्षमी. क्षमी मीन्स forgiving or tolerating also to some extent. Forgiveness is very important quality of a devotee. अगर आप भगवान के नज़दीक जाना चाहते हैं तो आपको दूसरे को माफ़ करना पड़ेगा, हाँ, और अपने आप को भी माफ़ करना पड़ेगा. There are a lot of examples of forgiveness. Like there is the example of Ambrish Maharaj forgiving Durvasa Muni. There is Parikshit Maharaj forgiving Shringi. Shringi gave shrap to Parikshit Maharaj, you will die in 7 days. But then Draupadi forgiving Ashwatthama. You know the story of Draupadi and Ashwatthama? Oh, Draupadi's 5 children were killed by Ashwatthama while they were in deep sleep. But Draupadi forgave her. This is a big forgiveness. Then Prahlad Maharaj forgiving. You know the story of Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu? You know Hiranyakashipu story? Oh, okay. So Hiranyakashipu was killed by? Very nice. And who was the son of Hiranyakashipu? Prahlad Maharaj. So when Prahlad saw his father being killed by Lord Narsimha, and Narsimha asked the boon that, Prahlad, what do you want? What did Prahlad ask? Prahlad said, give liberation to my father. Now the person who is killing you, now you are wishing the best for him. What else? Forgiveness. This is the highest forgiveness. What is that? Like when Jesus Christ was being crucified, what did Jesus Christ say? Oh God, please forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. This is the highest emblem of forgiveness. Right? So there are many more examples in the scriptures of forgiveness. So what is forgiveness? What is it? What is forgiveness? Kshama. Kshama ya kya hai? What is kshama? Kshama is a very important quality of a bhakta. If you really want to be devotee to Krishna, you have to be forgiving. So what is forgiveness? What is kshama? What does it mean?
Guru forgives his devotees when he is acting.
Yeah, but what does it mean? What is the behavioral change in you which denotes that, yeah, you have forgiven somebody? What is that behavioral change? We understand the definition, but how do you demonstrate it?
You let everything go.
Yeah, what does that mean? Let it go means what? So, forgiveness is your anger. Actually, you are angry, you're holding some anger against somebody. When you are not forgiving, you hold some negative feelings against somebody. Right? That he did this with me. Oh my God, I'm going to see to it. right? So now some people hold the anger for years and years and years, you know. And what happens when you hold the anger?
Enviness.
You are actually drinking poison for yourself. That person is not affected, but you are not forgiving him. It is as if like if somebody has a kidney stone, you know the pain in the kidney stone? Anybody has kidney stone ever here? It is a real pain, like labor pain, like when the mother is pregnant and the child wants to come out, right? And if mother doesn't let the child come out, what happens? Lots of pain actually. A child wants to come out and mother says, don't come. That's a real pain. Similar thing is that you are holding the anger against someone which you should have let it out and you should not have been angry. But you hold the anger against someone for a long, long time. That is called as grudge. And what is forgiveness? You let that anger go. You let that anger release. So how do you do that? It's sort of a reconciliation, that you come to the terms that, okay, that person has done this thing, but that is up to him to do that. I am no one to judge him. Let him do whatever he wants to do. Who am I to punish him? Right? So that is the first stage of forgiveness. So it is the release of your anger or resentment for that. Now, why forgiveness is important in our life? क्षमा क्यों करनी चाहिए सबको? Why forgiveness is important?
God forgives.
Prabhuji, why should we forgive others? If somebody does wrong to you, why should you forgive that person?
I think it lifts weight from your shoulders.
Yes, very nice. Yeah. What is that weight is? The weight is of stress actually. You are very stressful. As soon as that person comes in front of you, what happens? Your negative emotion starts flowing very fast actually. Very fast.
Yes.
Oh, aa gaya. My God. Right? Does that happen with you, Prabhu? Ever? There are some people in our life with whom we have this thing, right? But is it good for us?
No, it's bad.
It is very, really bad for your mental health. More forgiving you are, it is very good for your mental health. It reduces the self suffering. We suffer because we don't forgive. किसी ने आपके साथ बुरा कर दिया, आप कितना होल्ड करेंगे? कुछ कुछ लोग तो सालों साल होल्ड करते हैं. 5 years, 10 years. There is a fight between two brothers or husband wife, and then husband doesn't talk to wife for 6 months. What happens? What happens that thing?
They are damaging the relationship.
Now the cycle is going in a irreversible phase.
Yeah.
You understand this?
Yes, yes.
Suppose two brothers, they had a fight over the property. That happens many places, right? And now they don't talk to each other for years and years and years. And then they come in front of each other, what happens? The anger burst. And even you distantly hear about that person, you don't want to talk about him. Is that right? That is that you are destroying your mental health. Because more you hold the anger, you become depressed actually. Depression starts there. When you have a lot of anger against someone and you cannot do anything, your anger starts and that leads to depression. That creates low self-esteem. It's a real cycle. But when you forgive someone, what happens?
We feel good.
It's all good, gone, right? So your mood is elevated, you are really relaxed, you're optimistic, and it guards against the stress and anger. So now, how do you forgive? How do you forgive? What is the method of forgiveness? So there are two ways of forgiveness. First is you forgive yourself also. Suppose you made a mistake, you said something to others, something wrong. What do?
We should go and apologize.
Apologize. You forgive yourself first. You think about it. Oh, I made a mistake. You don't have to think that you are a bad person, but you have to start thinking, oh, I made this mistake in an anger. I am forgiving myself. That is the first step.
One who cannot control forgiving, he says God forgives him.
Yes, yes. So we have to pray for the God. Yeah, that is what Prahlad Maharaj did, right? And then forgive others. So forgiveness can be done in variety of ways. First is that you go and talk to that person and say, "I'm really sorry from my depth of the heart, and it happened just by mistake." Sometimes, if you do not have courage to go in writing talking to him, because sometimes the problems are really serious, you cannot face that person. Then you go and write to that person. That okay, this is what you did to me, this is what I did to you. I forgive you, and I beg the forgiveness from you as well. So that is the first thing is the writing of the forgiveness. But that is little superficial actually. But there is one powerful method of forgiveness which is recommended by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is the Guru Maharaj of Srila Prabhupada. When somebody comes and complains to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj that, oh, that person came and did this to me, and I am really angry with him, I am really upset. What should I do? So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj said that what you focus will expand. What is that saying?
What you focus will expand.
Yes. What does that mean? That means that every person has good qualities. Right? Every person has
Good qualities.
good qualities. Suppose, say, Bhavya did something against me and I'm really upset. Right? For example, he didn't do anything like that. But he has so many good qualities also. So he had made some mistake and he had upset me. But what are the good qualities he have? He's very nice, humble, he's sincere, he's helping nature, he's always willing to help others. Now he has done something wrong against me and said something. But if I focus on his all good qualities, what will grow? The good will grow.
Yeah.
And it will take over the negative things. Right? If I focus only on that one particular bad thing, then what will happen? The bad will grow. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Maharaj says that what we focus on will expand. So if you really want to forgive someone, what do?
Focus on good qualities.
Find the good things in that. Like a husband, wife, for example, you have some quarrel. But naturally, right, when you stay in one house, the problems are going to happen. It's natural thing. So what do you do in that case? Try to focus on the good things what your spouse has done for you. And then what will happen? The negative will automatically disappear. You don't even have to try about it. Right? So this is a very powerful method of forgiveness. Is that you focus on the good things. And then take the responsibility also. This is another way of forgiveness, is that in any relation, if there is a problem, then you take the responsibility rather than blaming others. We blame others too much. He's like that only. उसको सुधारना मुश्किल है. पहले तुम सुधर जाओ. दूसरों को चेंज करना मुश्किल है. Right? So there are so many things, but as I said, what is the highest forgiveness? What is the highest forgiveness we talked about? And then we'll do Aarti. What is the highest forgiveness? Did you just talked about? Anybody remembers? What is the top level forgiveness? Very nice. So what does that conclude with? That conclude with is that we wish to bless or help our offenders. So we wish the best for the person who offended us, probably. I forgive you. I have no grudges against you. Let everything good happen to you. And you just focus on the good things that person might have done, in your life. Right? There are always going to be negatives and positives. But what we do? Focus on the things and that thing will expand, Right? So as Prahlad Maharaj forgave his father tried to kill him, but Prahlad Maharaj forgave him. There is one last thing. In Varanasi, there is a place called Mukti Bhavan. It's a death hostel. Have you heard about this place? People go there, book the room to stay there for 2 weeks because they know that they're going to die. So a lot of people, they come there every year, and suppose I want to give my body in Varanasi, I will book, only people who want to die will stay here. It's called death hostel. अगर किसी की मृत्यु नज़दीक आ रही है, उसको ऐसा लगता है, तो वहाँ पे रजिस्टर करवाएगा, उसको 2 हफ्ते के लिए फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट मिलेगी रूम, और अगर 2 हफ्ते के लिए उसकी मृत्यु नहीं होती है तो उसको वापस भेज देते हैं, क्योंकि दूसरे वेटिंग लिस्ट पर रहते हैं. So there is a beautiful story here in this Mukti Bhavan. There is one person, Shukla, and I heard this story from one of my friends, that there is a person who was a very big businessman. He had a big property. There were 5, 6 brothers, and he came to know that he's going to die. And he knew that he's going to die on 16th day after his admission to this hostel. बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे रहते हैं, उनको अपनी मृत्यु के बारे में पहले से ही मालूम हो जाता है, और ऐसे हजारों केसेस आपको यहाँ पे मिलेंगे. There will be thousands of people who come to this hostel. They know that they are going to die. They come walking and they die there because they know it. So this person, his name was Mishra. He knew that he is going to die on the 16th day after his admission. So on the 14th day, Mr. Mishra said to the Shukla, who was the in charge of that hostel, that can you please call my brothers? Because he had a big fight with his brother, and they were not even talking terms with each other because they had a revenge, anger. They never forgive each other for so many years. So on the 14th day, the message was sent. His brother came there on 16th day, and they had so much fight that in their house they had built big wall between the two brothers, and nobody sees each other, like that. And then at the last moment of his death, he called his brother and he said, "Brother, I'm really sorry. I'm letting everything go. Can you please destroy that wall between us? And I do not have any grudge against you." And after saying that, he died. Actually, this is a real story. It's not a fake. This is a real thing documented, actually. So the message here is that we should forgive before it's too late. We shouldn't hold grudges against anyone. We should give up before it's too late, actually. अगर आप 40 साल 50 साल के बाद, if you forgive somebody, you suffered a lot. Just to clarify the things right away, there and there only. That's the best way to deal with the forgiveness. And don't hold grudge for a long time. अगर किसी के against आपको कुछ है, just clarify the things, right? As I said, what is the good news? We are alive today. What is the bad news? We don't know how long. Right? So as long as we are alive, we settle the scores with forgiveness, not fighting with each other. So that is what Lord Krishna is trying to say, that Advaishta Sarva Bhutanam Maitra Karuna Evacha Nirmama Nirahankara Sama Dukha Sukha Kshami. So one who is equibalanced all this way, he can only do bhakti. अगर आप किसी से ईर्ष्या करते हैं, आप एंग्री है, आप डिस्टर्ब है, भक्ति कैसे हो पाएगी? इम्पॉसिबल है, इम्पॉसिबल. यू कांट चैंट द नेम ऑफ कृष्णा if you are disturbed in your mind, if you are envious, angry, not kind, you are disturbed, it's not possible, है ना? लेकिन आप भगवान के ऊपर पूरी श्रद्धा है तो हो जाएगा, है ना? तो it says resolve all conflict before you go, before you die, resolve all conflicts, right? So this is what, very nice story. I heard this, so I really thought of sharing with you. Thank you so much. I know we are running a little late for the Aarti ceremony. So let's do the Aarti, and then we'll continue this series of qualities, actually, because the qualities makes us, actually. And Lord Krishna in 12th chapter, from shloka number 13 to shloka number 20, he talks about the qualities. And these qualities will change our life. More we learn, more we think about it, it will be really good. Right? So let's do the Aarti ceremony. Today our singer is not here, Rishika Ben. Do you know how to sing, Prabhu?
I know.
You know?
You can.
Okay. So you play Mridangam, I will sing an Aarti, and then you follow after me then. Okay. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Our online friends, thank you so much for joining us. 1 minute, I will share the darshan with you. Just give me 1 minute. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna. अगला आ जाओ लाइट ऑफ करना है तो कर दीजिए. Please come forward. Namo Vishnu श्रीमद् भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की नमो विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिविजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की नामाचार्य शैलदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की श्री अयोध्या धाम की जय, श्री मथुरा धाम की जय, श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, समस्त भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga Nitai, Gaura Premanand. 2 मिनट बैठिए, we'll do Nasima prayer. और फिर प्रसाद के लिए जाएंगे. Risha is here. Risha Bhargav. Pratik bhai. We'll sing Nasima prayer.
No.